audience. And I built for you a scorecard. Okay, so I want you to right now stop and take a screenshot. Okay, so you're not supposed to absorb this right now, but I want you to take a screenshot of this slide. Okay, and we are going to evaluate ourselves. We're going to get really, really honest in your home office, wherever you are, and we're going to assess the present state of our businesses as it relates to our ability to weather any coming storm. And there's 6 different areas that we're going to use to evaluate, and we're going to go through one of our brands. And I'm going to show you how we absolutely bleed for these ideas, that we fight so hard to ensure that we are living into the things that we are stating here for you. But I want you to assess them, because the candid truth of how you're going to survive Facebook iOS is not in your ad account. Okay. I know that's going to sound counterintuitive, and we all want to know, are we going back to ABO, or are we going to go back to, and we're going to talk about all of those things. Trent and Sarah and the team are going to come, and they're going to do an awesome job giving you the best information. But more than anything, the way that you're going to get through this is with these things. It's by building a business that is built to survive regardless of the environment. So I'm going to go through each of them real fast, but hopefully you've taken your screenshots, you've got them dialed there so you can go and apply this rubric to your own business. But the first is lead times, okay? And when I talk about lead times, the first 2 are really about lead times and supplier terms. Wait, Taylor, this is marketing. You guys are admission. What are you talking about? Cash is everything in an e-commerce business. Any of you entrepreneurs who are running your own business know that you spend way more mental energy worried about what is the balance in your bank account and how you're going to use those funds than you do about any other part of your business. That's true as agency owners too, right? Cash is everything. The only way we die is when the bank account goes to 0, right? And the primary absorptions of our cash in e-commerce is inventory. So when I think about how we create the ability to take cash, outlay it, and turn it back into revenue that puts cash back into our account, often referred to as the cash conversion cycle, it depends on these 2 things. Lead times. How long does it take to make your product? The longer it takes to produce it, the longer it takes for your dollar outlaid in inventory to turn back into cash in your bank account. So 3 different categories. Number 1, on-demand products. There's a huge rise in this when it comes to e-commerce. This is going to happen more and more. So I want you to include if you sell anything on demand or you pre-sell product. Okay. And so you collect cash before you actually have to produce it. So if you want a great example of this, taylorstitch.com, if you go to their workshop, you'll see they run like a Kickstarter style. Every product they release, every new product, they pre-sell demand, book demand in ways that they realize the cash ahead of having to outlay it. Okay. So on demand or pre-sale, that you get 2 points. If you can make your product in less than 6 weeks, 1 point. Okay. If it takes you longer than 6 weeks, 0 points. Risk factor, because that means cash is going to be tied up for a really long time. Okay. Now those are tight. Those are hard windows. 6 weeks is not a lot of time. If you're making your product in China and you're having to ship it, especially if it's going by sea, likely it's taking you longer than 6 weeks. Second, supplier terms. How do you have to pay your supplier when you order product? Okay. So you get 2 points if you have any net terms on delivery of product. If you have to outlay cash 15 to 30 days after you receive it, that is ideal. Because what that means is that you have a shot at a negative cash conversion cycle where you can actually sell the product before you have to pay for it. That's the dream scenario. That's how you really, really win. Now, that likely would require a long-standing relationship with a really trusted supplier, or you own your own production line. But net on delivery, meaning you don't have to pay till days after the product is delivered, 2 points. If you can pay 0 up front and then you have to pay on delivery, 1 point, right? But if you have to pay 50% or more up front, 0 points. That is a cash killer and one of the number 1 things I would get after trying to negotiate with your suppliers. Okay. Moving down the list. OpEx is a percentage of revenue. How much headcount, how much actual administrative function does it require for you to run your business? Sub 15% of your revenue, 2 points. Sub 25%, 1 point. Greater than 25%, 0 points. We're going to go into each of these in a little bit of detail. And we also have tools inside of Admission to help you evaluate these things. Okay. Diverse traffic mix. Okay. This is a big one that we're going to talk a lot about. Again, Taylor, wait, you guys are a Facebook ad agency. No. Facebook ad accounts get built through organic traffic as well. So do you have greater than 50% of your traffic is organic? 2 points. Greater than 40%, 1 point. Less than 40% organic, 0 points. Again, we're going to show you tools and ways to easily evaluate that, what's included, what's not. Contribution margin. How much margin do you have to work with? Greater than 75%, 2 points. 65, 1 point. Less than 65, 0 points. 60-day LTV. What are your customers worth to you after you acquire them? Does your LTV increase greater than 30% within 60 days? 2 points. Greater than 15%, 1 point. Less than 15%, 0 points. And this is our rubric, okay? And I want you to take this and I want you to lay it on top of your brand. And then I want you to get a total score, okay? And we've come up with a very basic rubric here. So an A grade brand would have a 10 to 12 score. A B would have an 8 to 10, C 6 to 8, D 4 to 6, and an F would be 0 to 4. And as you think about this, what I'm telling you is that if you are in the C, D, or F category, your reason that you will not survive any coming storm is not because of the attitude.